Have you guys understood? Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is we're going to read through. I'm going to give you guys the 2 khutbahs. So that let's say you're in school and someone is leading the Jummah khutbah, you guys should be able to lead the Jummah khutbah. Because now I've told you how to do the Jummah khutbah. I've told you all the rules of Jummah. And how many rakats is Jummah salah? 2. 2 rakats, isn't it? So 2 khutbahs and then 2 rakats of salah in the dhuhr time. So you have to check obviously has dhuhr time started or not. And then okay, now these are the khutbahs. So can you take this? Can I take you one? Okay, so first side is the first khutbah, second side is the second khutbah.
I'll read it.
So this is just 1 minute. So this is a fairly short khutbah, which you can say in about a couple of minutes. So you guys should always be prepared. On a Friday, you should keep this with you. I keep this on my phone all the time. So wherever I am, if I need to lead a khutbah, Jummah Salah, I have a khutbah with me, prepared.
Wait, so can you read it off your phone?
Yeah, of course. I do it all the time.
Nice.
Wait, so basically, you done this in London?
I've done this khutbah a few times, where in universities, where the time to pray the Jummah Salah is very short. So you have to do a quick khutbah and quick salah. So I've done this. So I normally keep this on my phone.
Is that why Jummah is 2 rakat?
That's one reason, yeah. So because you have the khutbah before, it's like the part of the salah. Okay, so let's just quickly read it. Yasin, do you want to try and read it?
Yes.
Yeah, go on. It's very quickly, so we're gonna stop.
الحمد لله ونحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله.
Okay, stop there. Okay, just 1 second. I'm going to explain what you've read so far, just very briefly. So the first line, Alhamdulillah, praising Allah. نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه. So that's praising Allah. And then it says, وَنَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ شُرُورِ أَنفُسِنَا وَمِنْ سَيِّئَاتِ أَعْمَالِنَا. That we seek protection from the evils of our own selves and from the evils of our actions. مَنْ يَهْدِ اللَّهِ فَلَا مُضِلَّ لَهُ وَمَنْ يُضْلِلْ فَلَا هَادِيَ لَهُ. That's still praising Allah. Whoever Allah guides, no one can misguide him. Whoever Allah misguides, no one can guide him. And then we do the shahadatayn. Remember it says hamd, then thana of Allah, then the shahadatayn. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. And then so that's a shahadatayn. Then talks about the Prophet ﷺ. أرسله بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة. Allah sent him as a giver of good news and a warner before the qiyam. من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد واهتدى. So after you said the durud, what do we do next?
That's done, isn't it?
So praise Allah, shahadatayn, durud, general advice for the congregation.
Oh yeah.
That's what he's talking. That's what he's saying here. Whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger, he has attained the right guidance, and whoever disobeys them, he has gone astray. Then it says, وَإِنَّهُ لَا يَضُرُّ إِلَّا نَفْسَهُ. He only harms himself. إِنَّ خَيْرَ الْحَدِيثِ كِتَابُ اللَّهِ وَخَيْرَ الْهَدِي هَدْيُ مُحَمَّدٍ صلى الله عليه وسلم, etc. So general advice. And then if you look right at the end, a verse of the Quran. Yeah, we mentioned you should mention a verse of the Quran, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so أعوذ بالله الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Allah says in the Quran, يا أيها الذين آمنوا ادخلوا في السلم كافة ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين. And then at the end, it's just a line which is quite good. It says, أستغفر الله لي ولكم. I seek forgiveness for myself and for you. ولسائر المسلمين. And for all the Muslims, فاستغفروه إنه الغفور الرحيم. Seek forgiveness from Allah. He's most forgiving, most merciful.
Oh my God, that's kind of long.
It's not long. And the same second khutbah, remember it goes for the same structure as well, isn't it? Yeah? So it starts off by praising Allah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, then sending durood, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulihil ameen, amma ba'd.
You can't have to be a fast reader.
No, it's not. You just keep practicing this and you'll get used to it.
Yeah, so how we keep this?
Yeah, this is for you to keep.
Oh, nice.
And then فَيَا مَعْشَرَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ O Muslims, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال الله تعالى في كتاب الكريم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Then sending durood upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad, all the way till the end. And then the dua starts from there. If you look Allahumma ayyid al-Islam wal-Muslimin. Can you find that? From the 7th line.
I found it.
Sorry, can you find it? 7th line. So that's where the dua starts. Because in the second khutbah, make dua for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you
Allahumma
say the line again?
7th. Allahumma ayyid al-Islam wal-Muslimin.
There.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah. So Allah, support Islam or strengthen Islam and the Muslims. Allahumma ansur man nasara dina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh Allah, pay attention, please. Oh Allah, help the deen of Muhammad. Help those who are helping the deen of Muhammad, and make us from amongst them. Waqtul man khadha dina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa la taj'alna minhum. And can you put that to the side?
Yeah.
And don't help or leave those who are leaving the deen of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't make us from them. And then the rest of it is making dua to Allah, and you end off with a verse of the Quran.
What? Starting from Ibadallah, Rahimakumullah.
Yeah, then Inna Allah ya'muru bil adli wal ihsan. That's a verse of the Quran.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, isn't this one that nearly all mosques use?
Well, some parts of it, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the end
the
part-
last part I think nearly all mosques use.
Yeah, because it's a very comprehensive advice in the Quran. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it that way. Okay, so what you guys need to do now is take this khutbah and practice it. Make sure you're very fluent at it. And next lesson we'll do, and we'll read through it together. Make sure all you guys can read it, and at least you have a general understanding what the khutbah is about as well. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So just a few quick rules regarding Jumu'ah Salah, which we didn't mention yesterday. So we're going to start off reading from Safar, textbook 7, page 60. Just a few rules and we're done. Yasin, can you start off? So rules regarding salatul jumu'ah.
Salatul Jum'ah is a fard prayer for adult men who are sane, not travelling, and have the ability to attend the prayer. To miss the prayer without an excuse is an act of sin.
Okay, stop there. Okay, so it's fard for adult men. So children, do they need to do jumu'ah?
No.
No. Although once you reach the age of 10, you should start coming to jumu'ah to practice. And who are sane, so if you're not sane, you don't have the mental capacity, you don't have to pray jumu'ah. Just like normal salah as well. And likewise, the condition is you're not travelling. So if you're a traveller, let's say you go to somewhere, you're travelling, do you need to pray jumu'ah salah? No. So what would you do instead?
Do qasr.
Dhuhr salah. Yeah? Qasr of dhuhr. Yeah, so travellers do not need to pray jumu'ah salah. We're talking about Shari'i travellers, isn't it? We learned all the rules, 48 miles and how many days you're staying, etc. And have the ability to attend the prayer as well. So if you don't have the ability to attend the prayer, then you don't have to go to Jumu'ah Salah. Let's say the masjid is too far and you can't get there. Or let's say you're blind and you don't have anyone to take you. So etc. So the ability to get there as well. Let's say if you're an elderly person and now you're too weak to go there. So you don't have to do the Jumu'ah Salah either. So do women have to do Jumu'ah Salah?
No.
No. And yeah, so
But if they go, is it good?
yeah, if there's space in the masjid.
Is it the same reward as just praying dhuhr, or is it better reward?
I'm not sure. But generally, the general rule is women, them praying in the house is more rewarding for women.
Why? Oh.
That's for women. That's why they don't have to go to the masjid for 5 times salah either. Because it's more rewarding for them to pray in their houses. Okay, go on, Yasin, continue.
The Prophet ﷺ said that those who are not attending Jum'ah should stop doing this. Otherwise, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala seals their hearts and they will be recorded from among the ghafilin, the neglectful.
Yeah, so a person who misses Jumu'ah Salah without a valid excuse is written amongst the neglectful, ghafilin. And with the other narration that Allah seals that person's heart. So Jumu'ah Salah is extremely important. As a believer, we have to be worried about our Jumu'ah Salah. Point number 2. Sorry, can you read it?
The word means to gather.
The word Jum'ah.
The word Jumu'ah.
Oh yeah. The word Jummah means to gather and to congregate.
Congregate.
Congregate, and the prayer can only be performed in congregation. There should be at least 3 men other than the Imam for the congregation to be valid.
Yeah. So the word Jumu'ah, it's not Jumma by the way. Jumma is Jumu'ah. So Jim Dhamma, Mim Dhamma,
Jumu'ah.
Ain Fatha, and the ha at the end. Jumu'ah. Okay, so that means congregation. It means together. So because on the day of Jumu'ah, for the Salah, everyone gathers together, isn't it? Everyone, the whole town, gathers together in one place. That's why it's called Jumu'ah. That's why. So it means congregation. That's why salatul Jumu'ah cannot be performed by yourself, because you need a congregation. And the least amount of congregation which is permissible is one imam and how many people? Say it. Yeah, 3 people. So one imam and 3 people. So if there's only one imam and 2 people, will your Jumu'ah be valid?
No.
No, Jumu'ah will not be valid. So you need at least one imam and 3 other individuals. And who can lead the Jumu'ah Salah? Can a 6-year-old, let's say a 10-year-old lead the Jumu'ah Salah?
He has to be baligh, and he has to be the most knowledgeable out of all of them.
Yeah, so the main criteria is that it has to be baligh, and so it has to be baligh and able to be an imam for a normal Salah. If he can be an imam for a normal Salah, then he can be an imam for Jumu'ah as well. And then afterwards the preferences should be given to the most knowledgeable, the most, learned of the Quran, etc. Okay, next point. Sarif, can you read? No, sorry, Yasin, can you read?
Those who miss the prayer or do not have to perform the prayer, for example women, need to perform Zuhr instead. Women can practice the sunnahs and deeds of Jumu'ah, as well as observe the importance of the day to receive its blessings.
Yeah, so those that cannot pray the Jumu'ah Salah, or do not have to pray the Jumu'ah Salah, they do Dhuhr instead, as usual. So women, they'll pray, if they don't go to the masjid, there's no facilities, they pray Jumu'ah Salah at home. Likewise, travellers, if they can't make a Jumu'ah Salah, they pray Dhuhr Salah, as usual. Any questions on that? Easy? Okay, last bullet point. Zarif, can you read?
2 adhans are delivered for the prayer. The first when Zuhr begins, and the second immediately before the Imam begins the khutbah.
Okay, so in Jumu'ah Salah there are 2 adhans. In every other Salah there's 1 adhan, isn't it? Yeah? Imam gives another, the Mu'adhin gives an adhan in masjid, people come to the masjid, about 10-15 minutes later, the Salah takes place. Yeah? But in Jumu'ah Salah it's different, there's 2 adhans. So now in Jumu'ah Salah, normally what happens is when the Dhuhr time begins, someone does an adhan. And then the talk takes place in English for about, let's say, 20-25 minutes. And then after the talk's finished, the Imam will stand up now, and he'll sit on the mimbar. And now in front of the Imam, someone will stand up and do a second adhan. You following? And then once the adhan finishes, the Imam will stand up and start the khutbah. Does that make sense? Okay. And another important thing, which surah did the Prophet tell us to read on Friday?
Suratul Kahf.
Suratul Kahf. Yasin, can you read that? If you look on page 61.
Surah Kahf. There is a lot of reward for reciting Surah Kahf on Fridays. The Prophet ﷺ said, the person who recites Surah Kahf on Fridays, a light will shine for this person between one Jumu'ah and the next.
That's the narration of Hakim. And next one as well.
He also said that whoever commits to memory the first and the last 10 ayat of Suratul Kahf will be protected from Dajjal.
Yeah, so there's a lot of rewards for reading Suratul Kahf on Fridays. The Prophet had emphasized it in many a hadith. That's why we should always make a habit to read Surah Kahf on Fridays. Remember what I said? Friday starts from when, Islamically?
Thursday after Maghrib.
Thursday after Maghrib. So there, you can start reading Suratul Kahf.
That's when I usually do it.
Yeah, so if you've got time then, read Suratul Kahf from then. Or let's say before going to school or after coming from school on Friday. So we should make that a habit in our life. And there's another hadith we should go over on Friday. I'll read it. So it's at the bottom of 60. Did you know? Jabir radiallahu anhu narrates that the Prophet ﷺ said, Friday is comprised of 12 hours. There is 1 hour in which a Muslim who asks Allah for something will have it granted to him. Seek it in the last hour after Asr. Narrated by Abu Dawud, Nasai and Hakim. So the Prophet ﷺ is telling us is 1 hour on Friday, that in the hour Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts all du'as. And according to this hadith, it's in the which part is it?
After Asr.
After Asr. in the last hour after Asr. So basically before Maghrib starts. That's why, especially on Fridays, we should make it a habit that before Maghrib starts, if we're going to the masjid, we go to the masjid a bit early. Even, let's say, if you can, 10-15 minutes early. Go there and make dua for whatever you need and everything you need. You ask Allah for forgiveness, you ask Allah for guidance, you ask Allah to help you with your schoolwork and whatever you need. Because that could be a time where your duas are accepted. So make it a habit, or let's say even if let's say you have to pray your salah at home, make it a habit of 15 minutes before Maghrib starts to sit down on the musalla, the prayer mat, and to make dua for whatever we need. And then when Maghrib time starts, to do the Maghrib salah. Is that understood?
Yeah.
Any questions on Jumu'ah salah that you guys haven't understood yet? Okay, so on the handouts I gave you, just go to page number 3.
Oh, I got a question.
Yeah.
What if you're stranded and you're not aware of what day it is? It could be Friday.
Then if you're not aware, then obviously you just perform the as usual.
Okay.
Okay, so at the end, what I've done is, just in case maybe later, maybe let's say next year, 2 years, 3 years later, you're in a situation where you guys need to lead the Jumu'ah Salah, which you guys should be able to do now. So just go to this page. Page 3.
Oh, okay.
So leave that.
This one.
Yeah, so I've done a step-by-step, it's a step-by-step guide on how to perform the Jumu'ah Salah and what to do, because sometimes it can get confusing. So first what happens, so number 1, let's say we're imagining that the Dhuhr Salah starts at 1 p.m. So at 1 p.m, as soon as the time starts, you'll give the first adhan, or you tell someone to do it. And then you perform after the first adhan, you can perform actually what happens these days is, after the first adhan, the talking English starts. You guys following?
Yeah.
And then after the talk finishes, after 25 minutes let's say, then you do the 4 rakat sunnats of Jummah and sunnah mu'akkada. And then after you do the sunnah mu'akkada, what happens next?
Sit down.
Sit. The kata. No.
Yeah, it's on the sheets by the way. Imam sits down while second adhan is called by the muaddin. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So first, you give the first adhan, talk in English. After the talk finishes, do 4 rakat sunnah mu'akkada. And then after 4 rakat sunnah mu'akkada, let's say you're the imam. So now what you do, you'll stand up from your place and you go and sit in the minbar. You guys following?
Yep.
And whilst you're seated, what happens?
You do the
You do the
Zarif,
Arab.
all the answers are on the sheet. You just need to look at the sheet.
Good.
Yasin? Come on. It's not that hard, it's just written on the sheet.
Imam then stands up and delivers the first Arabic khutbah.
No. Imam sits down while the second adhan is called by the muaddin. So the adhan takes place first. And once the adhan finishes, then what happens?
The imam
You
stands.
guys are actually struggling with this. Everything
No,
down
the
step by
imam
step.
stands.
And does what?
And does Jumu'ah Salah.
The Imam stands up and delivers the first Arabic khutbah.
Oh.
Yeah, so if we're going to read.
No,
Everything
I
literally-
thought you understood.
Everything
Well-
literally is written there step by step and you guys are struggling. As if I'm
I'm
giving
not.
you
I'm
you
not.
are.
Well,
You are.
Okay.
Shut up.
so you.
So the Imam gives a first Arabic khutbah. And then what happens?
Imam sits down briefly after first Arabic khutbah and then stands up to deliver the second Arabic khutbah.
Yeah, so Imam after the first one he sits down, then gives the second khutbah. And after the second khutbah what happens?
You
After the second
Then
khutbah,
the-
Imam stands up for
stands
Jumu'ah
up for
Salah.
the Jumu'ah Salah.
Yeah. And then after Imam stands up, then everyone else stands up, then the Mu'addin calls the Iqamah, and the Imam prays 2 rakat Salah of Jummah. And then after it finishes, obviously the Imam makes,
Short dua.
you guys, everyone makes their own individual du'as. So that's how the Jummah Salah works. So if ever you get into a situation where you guys need to conduct and organize a Jummah prayer, this is a sequence of what happens. So you guys need to keep these sheets with you and keep them safe. So whenever you need them, you need to go back to the rules of Jummah and how to do it. So you guys have everything there. And you guys should have your khutbahs as well ready. And you should practice it so you're able to read it fluently.
You said you were going to test us.
Yes.